Hello again guys, it's Carly from the Poetry of Nice and I have a sales update video for you guys. So this time I'm going to include some sales over the past sort of week and a half to 2 weeks from Etsy, Poshmark and eBay. And I've tried to grab kind of like a range of them for you, so some higher sales, some lower sales, and then just some ones that are kind of new to me, just to kind of share with you what all has been working at the moment. So first of all is Etsy. You know, I love to sell the vintage eyeglasses. I'm kind of running low right now. I need to source some more somehow, but they're still going for me. So $34.95 is what these sold for. They're just a pair of sort of pink plastic aviator style. I paid between $1 and $3. I'm not sure exactly how much, and they did have some wear. They still sell. That's never been a problem for me. And then the next item as well is also a pair of vintage eyeglasses, and again, $34.95 was their sales price, and the buyer paid shipping. And I paid between $1 and $3 for this pair of frames also. I should mention as well that the prices that I'm telling you are what the buyer paid. They pretty much always pay shipping as well. I'll let you know if it's any different, and there was free shipping. But this doesn't account for the fees that the platforms take out. So just bear that in mind when I'm sharing this information. Okay, next Etsy sale. Just another fanny pack. I picked these up if they are sort of like 90s or older. Anywhere I go, I usually get them for next to nothing. This one cost me 25 cents at a church rummage sale. It's just super simple, and this sold for $19.95. That's what I pretty much list them all at, unless it's something super spectacular. Yeah, and they sold quickly and consistently for me. Next thing, this was a fail. So I have had these corn shakers. They were salt and pepper shakers for the longest time, like I think about 1.5 years in my Etsy store. And because things are relisted for sort of like 4-month increments there, I just go ahead and relist them and left them there. But anyway, I paid about, oh gosh, it must have been like 50 cents at a rummage sale. It was not much at all. They marked Japan on the bottom. One of the stoppers was missing, but they were in good condition otherwise. They sold for $9.95 finally, with the buyer paying shipping. So novelty salt and pepper shakers are not something I tend to pick up anymore personally. This was a good sale. So if you've been watching my videos for a while, you will know that I love to pick up the like vintage high tops, especially, but like the vintage Reeboks, Reebok classics specifically. I paid about 50 cents for these at a rummage sale. They obviously were the high tops. They had this kind of almost pearlescent white color on the leather. There was some cracking. I'll show you some of that as well. So they were not in perfect condition, but they had this like turquoise lining. They were overall just a really cool pair. You can see some of the wear there on the back. So like I said, paid 50 cents and the buyer paid $49.95 plus shipping. And they were probably in my store for just under a month, probably closer to 2 weeks actually that they had been listed. And the last Etsy sale I was going to share with you is this vintage high-low hattie long dress. That's why I have maxi and midi in there, and then obviously all of the measurements and things included in the listing. It was not a particularly, I should say, amazing print. As you can see, it's not very colorful. It just kind of have the palm leaf tropical plant thing happening. But anyway, I found this at a thrift store. I paid $6.99 for this, and it sat for quite a while. I have to say, I was sort of beginning to lose hope, and I had cross-posted this on eBay and there'd been pretty much no interest, but it did sell in under 6 months for $34.95 with the buyer paying shipping. So not too bad for $6.99 investment, but having said that, I probably would not pay that much again necessarily unless it was a really cool print. Okay, so on to Poshmark. So Poshmark is fairly new for me. I've just kind of come towards the end of my first month on Poshmark, like really trying. I've sold 1 or 2 things in the past, just kind of dabbling, and I mean really dabbling, like listing just a handful of things and kind of waiting and not being involved in sharing or anything. So in the last month, I decided to just go for it. Something clicked. I don't know what it was. I'm no longer particularly stressed about working 3 platforms simultaneously. I'm really enjoying it. The social aspect is sort of coming quite naturally to me. I'm not too sure what all changed, but I'm really enjoying my time on Poshmark. I'm I'm doing well with sales. It's rivaling eBay for me in terms of net profit per week. So that being said, I figured I would just take a sampling of the last 1.5, 2 weeks, really more 1.5 on Poshmark, and some of the things that I have sold. And bear in mind that most of these things are, or were, I should say, cross-posted on eBay. And the sales prices that I'm going to tell you here, I'll let you know what I paid for the item, where I got it, and then what it's sold for. A lot of them are offers, which I'm happy to take. But Poshmark does take 20% off the top, so just bear that in mind when I'm giving you this number. It doesn't necessarily reflect the fees already being taken out, but you can work that out. It's simple math. Okay, so soft surroundings, acid wash, cargo lounge pants. I got these at a thrift store for $5.98, and I listed them for $40. That was pretty much a shot in the dark because there was not a lot out there like them. And I didn't know exactly how soft surroundings would do, honestly, on Poshmark. But anyway, I got a best offer I should say, for $25. And obviously buyers pay shipping on Poshmark. So I went ahead and took that offer, and I was pretty happy. Obviously with the 20% off, that's going to take $5 off the top, take off my $6, there's a $14 profit, which I'm happy with because these were only listed for 2 weeks. That's a pretty nice flip, not too bad at all. Okay, these were also a quick sale. Page jeans, I found these at a thrift store again. They just happened to be the color of the week, and so they were marked half price. So I paid $3.50 for them, and I took an offer for $35, which again, super happy with. They moved in 1 week. This Lululemon skirt, so I kind of dabbled with this for a bit. This particular print and style was fairly hard to find, but this is a good example, I suppose, of it doesn't necessarily matter. So on eBay specifically, there was a lot of people in there who had priced them like in the hundreds because of it being a slightly harder to find print. However, if you looked at solds, they were going for like $20. Like it didn't really match up necessarily. So I went ahead and started it high, I think like 75, and I just kind of like felt it out for a week. I got 1 or 2 likes here and there. No watches on eBay, so I gradually just dropped it down until eventually somebody offered me $30, and I actually paid 50 cents for this at like just a sale that I went to, and 50 cents into $30 I am more than happy to take, and it was only listed for a couple of weeks, so I'm okay with that. I also got these at the sale, so again 50 cents. These obviously made well, silk cargo shorts. They did have damage. This is why I took a $15 offer. So I'm going to show you here. They actually had a tear to the pocket right here. I took them home and I mended it. And I just disclosed that there was a repair to the pocket. And they sold. There was no problem with it whatsoever. So 50 cents into 15, not too bad. This is a fun story. So this like crop top t-shirt and this one right here, I have had them in my stores, eBay and Etsy, for, oh my goodness, like coming up to a year it must be. It's been a really long time. I picked them up for either 25 or 50 cents each at a rummage sale. I liked them because they were vintage and they had graphics like that I thought were kind of neat. Like this still has the Twin Towers and stuff on it. Like it was just a cool piece. I could not sell them to save my life. Like nobody was interested. So I got sick of them and I hacked off the bottom. I did it in a specific way. I didn't just hack it off. I'm sorry, I should say. I cropped them carefully and then I rolled the sleeves and tacked them in place, and both of them sold within the week. This one sold for $15 and this one sold for $20. I don't know. Maybe this is something that I'll keep doing. I have plenty of vintage t-shirts that I'm kind of like having a hard time moving. So I may be cropping and then tacking sleeves and seeing what else happens. But I thought that was kind of a fun story, how you can sort of upcycle sometimes and sell. Okay, so this was a completely random dress. I got it for half price. So I paid $3.50 at a thrift store. It is not a it's not a brand that anybody would really know about. This is the label here, Cow Cow. It's actually a website where you can go and you can have items made, like dresses, leggings, shirts, with an all-over print of your choice. So again, it's not like a clothing brand specifically, but I just saw it and thought it was a really cool print. Anyway, I bought it for $3.50 just based on that alone, listed it, and it sold within 20 minutes. So yay, paid $3.50, it sold for $25, and obviously the buyer paid shipping, and I hope they love their beehive dress. Okay, this is obviously Cabby jeans. This is the newer label. Let me think, anything else to say about these? Not really. Cabby's one of these ones where you can check out the style number. That's how I worked out that this was the slim boyfriend jean. These are things that you should definitely be having in your titles to help people find your items. Anyway, I paid $5.98 for these also, and they sold for $30. And again, they sold within 2 weeks. These American Eagle, so not a spectacular brand. I picked them up for $3 at a yard sale. I grabbed them, several reasons. First reason is the distressing caught my eye. Heavily distressed things just do really well. Second reason is they had a cool like crochet pocket detail, so they had that going on. And then the next reason is good size 8, and high rise festival. High rise is fantastic, festival fantastic, great keywords, great styles. They just pretty much had everything going for them. So I grabbed them for $3 and they sold within a week for $20, which I'm happy with that. That's not bad at all. This was also kind of a cool story. So I picked these up thrifting last week. I was leaving the thrift store and I just kind of saw them on a shelf. Birkenstocks have always like historically moved really, really quickly for me. So I went ahead and grabbed them. They were new with tags. They were $14.99, which is way more than I usually pay for things. So it's kind of outside of my comfort zone, but I was kind of tempted to push myself as well. And they did have just a couple of like scuffs and like small flaws and stuff, even though they were new. You can kind of see around here. So I decided to take a chance. So I brought them home and I listed them and they sold within about 20 minutes. I took a best offer for, I listed for 60, took a best offer of 48. And that 48, like the net profit after fees and then what I paid for them, actually covered my entire haul for that morning. So I basically made all of my money back I paid that morning, like 20 minutes after I got home, which is really cool. Like if only we could do that every single time. But I just figured I'd share that story because I don't usually like paying that much for things, but sometimes it's worth just like trusting your instinct and the experience that you've had and going for it. So okay, this was also 50 cents from that sale, just another Lululemon. It was the ruffle pleated skirt, whatever it is. Apparently they do fairly well. Anyway, it sold within a week for $33, so 50 cents into 33. This was another 50-cent find. Again, made well, just like J. Crew, Cabby, Athleta. I could go on. Check the little tags. I mention this every time, but I know that people sometimes ask, so let me just go ahead and show you. This is the little care tag inside. So this is where you're going to find your fabric content. And this is also where you're going to find things like your style number. It's kind of blown out there, but the style number. So what I do, I'm going to show you right now. So B6208. So I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to put in Madewell. It's literally going to bring it up. So you often will have different photos and stuff. I can tell that that's my one there anyway, women's tailor tee, but you can always go in and double check. That's exactly what it is. That's my exact item that I have here. So I now know my original MSRP, which I can use on Poshmark because we often put that here. I can put $80. And I also have the exact name of it, which is super useful. So that's how I do it, just for anybody who asks. Sometimes it's a little harder. Sometimes you just can't find it, especially if it's an older style. It's just a little harder to kind of come up with. But that's what I do. And if I can find it, then 2 thumbs up. Okay, so yes, I paid 50 cents and it sold for $36. And then I paid 50 cents for these as well. They did have some stretch right here. I disclosed that. And I believe I also did a close-up as well, just to make sure. And they still sold for $35. I thought that was interesting. Obviously, I took a best offer on the other page jeans. I probably could have held out and got more. I'm sure I could have done, but I'm somewhere in between liking to hold out and then liking those faster flips so I can reinvest my money. And also, most people who watch me know that we're using this money for the most part to pay down our debt, which we're getting so close now. So I do like to get money back and like be able to put it towards the debt as much as possible. That's kind of part of my business model right now. Although when the debt is gone, within the next few months or whatnot, that's when my business model may start to shift a little bit because I'm not kind of pulling everything out. But anyway, that's beside the point. Okay, final Poshmark sale to share. So this Lily Pulitzer, again, I was able to, I don't know if this had a style number. Maybe not. Maybe it did. I'm not sure. One way or another, I did manage to find out that this was the exact dress. Maybe it did have a style number on the underside. Anyway, Lily Pulitzer is another one where you can often find like the name of prints and the name, like the exact style of the dress. I picked this up for $5.99 at a thrift store, and it sold again within a week for a best offer of $60. So I'm happy with that. They were all really fast sales and not bad ROIs at all. Okay, eBay. I'm so sorry if this video is too long. I'm trying to make an effort to like show you more in one video. Hope you're not getting bored. I'll try and get through this quickly for you. Okay, so eBay, another 50-cent item from that sale, $19.99 is what it sold for. Hot cotton, it was 100% linen. It did have a small spot on it, which was disclosed. Sold for full asking price, despite having best offer. So there's another 50-cent item, BDG, that is an Urban Outfitters brand. Here's the style that was in it, super high-rise spade pinup. The RN number 66170. Most of us know by now that's either Free People, Anthropology, or Urban Outfitters. BGG just happens to be an Urban Outfitters brand. I grabbed these not really because of brand. I grabbed them because of style, because of like the kind of booty shop, very, very high rise situation going on. And of course, they're only 50 cents. 50 cents again from that same sale, Banana Republic. This was not silk, this was polyester, but it had like a sateen quality to it. It was a full wrap dress, i.e. not faux. You actually did have to wrap and tie with these kind of modern rolled sleeves. Sold for full asking price again. They didn't use the best offer. Button sold for $19.99 plus shipping. Boston Proper, I found this at a thrift store just a couple of weeks ago. And I paid about, I think it was $3.99 or $3.98. I mean, like a penny makes a difference. But I grabbed it for, first of all, Boston Proper usually does really well for me and moves fairly quickly. But also we had a cold shoulder detail happening and all of this amazing embellishment. So that was a no-brainer for me. I actually took a best offer of $28.50 for that. Athleta, this is another one where it has a style number so you can identify exactly what the name of your product is. This was the brown Pack Anywhere halter dress. This took probably about between a month and 6 weeks to sell. I paid $3 for this at a rummage sale, and it sold for $21.44 plus shipping. This was my flipping awesome thing this week. I found this on Friday at a thrift store when we went traveling. It was in Nashville. I paid $4.49 for it. I've always wanted to find Johnny Was, and this is why. So I paid $4.49, brought it home, photographed it the next day, got it listed on Sunday morning. So it took me a day and a half or so to process it. Listed on Sunday morning. 20 minutes later, it sold for full asking price. No, they didn't even send a best offer. So paid $4.49. It sold for $79.99 within 20 minutes, and buyer paid shipping. So 2 thumbs up. And again, it paid for my entire thrift haul at that store, which is just awesome. I wish I could do that every single time. Eileen Fisher, black leggings. Paid $2.50 for these. I actually have 2 more pairs that I haven't photographed or listed yet, so I need to get on that. I took a best offer of $35 plus shipping. Nanette Lepore. Sometimes this brand is sold at Anthropology. Go ahead and check that RN number for the 66170. This particular item was not, but it's still a good brand anyway. It also had a great ruffle detail, a great floral detail all over, and it was a good size. and it sold for, oh gosh, what did it sell for? I think I took a best offer of 20, yeah, 20, and I paid 50 cents for this at that sale again. This I paid $1 for at a rummage sale. It was just a vintage Florida Gators, like almost like a windbreaker hooded jacket thing. This wasn't particularly special. I do pick up a lot of these vintage like sports pieces, especially like university football stuff, just because of where I live, and they always sell well for me. This piece, as you can tell, just wasn't particularly loud, I suppose you could say. You know, no oversized logos or anything, but I paid $1 anyway, and it sold for 25, so not bad at all. Flax, I picked these up at my little foray at the bins, so I paid $1 for them. I always, I don't know why I have the same, oh, I guess it went closer. Not sure what my thought process was behind that. Anyway, they had just a little bit of wear to them, but no stains or anything like that. I always pick up flax. I love flax. It moves so fast for me. So I paid $1 and it sold for 25. This I paid 50 cents for as well, and it sold for the full asking price of $19.99. Obviously J. Crew, Peter Pan collar, which is always a great keyword. It's very in, and then they've got this kind of eyelet daisy floral print happening. Very nice, cute piece. And you can see here, I didn't necessarily want to have that as my cover photo because I just don't feel like that does justice to the detail that's really selling this piece, and that is why I showed this as my initial photograph. I just think that's a little stronger in terms of what this blouse has to offer. All right, I picked this up for, it averaged out about $1. It's just a suit from the Limited. It was the Drew fit. I probably had this listed for about 4 to 6 weeks, and it sold for a best offer of $29 plus shipping. These surprised me. I usually think of Crocs as like something to stay away from, but I thought they were super cute. That's just me. But I really like the color contrast as well. So I paid $1 for them, and they sold within around about a month to 5 weeks for the full asking price of $29.99 plus shipping. So there we go. And again, style numbers. Look at the style numbers. Let me see if I can zoom in for you. There you go. It says it right there. Right here. And that's what you're going to use to look up. And then that's how I found out it was the Rio flat shoe. This I paid $3 at a rummage sale. It has sat there for about 3 months, but then again, it is not heavy jacket season. It's a J. Crew piece, but it was, I guess, is it a collaboration? I don't know. I guess it's a collaboration. Stadium cloth by Nello Gori. Anyway, also had style numbers that I could look up, and it was wool. It was a good piece, and for $3, absolute no-brainer. So I ended up taking a best offer of $50 and was happy to do so, plus buyer paid shipping. This I paid $4 for at a rummage sale. It's just Patagonia. It is Cinchilla. I know that because of what it says on the tag. Yeah, it just is what it is. I don't know. It's just a simple Patagonia piece, but these pieces sell really well. So I paid $4 and it sold for $40. Happy with that. Okay, this is Idra by Anthropology. Let me go ahead and show you that tag. There you go. That's what it looks like. For the longest time, I thought it said Sidra because I thought that that was a C. So word to the wise, that is not a C. It is Idra. Okay, so size 2, so a fairly small size. These are just a pair of teal, 100% linen, like wide leg pants. They did take a while to sell, but I think it cost me 25 cents at a rummage sale. So not bad at all. And I took a best offer of $15. Now the Patagonia piece, this was 25 cents at a yard sale, just in the 25 cents box. And amazingly did not have stains or anything. I was completely surprised. So it was like a racerback style, super nice piece with like a shelf bra. And then you can see there's the tag. And it was organic cotton, which is always a great thing to have. So you can see here, I always choose to put the word organic if it has organic cotton in my title, because that is something that people do look for. And it's sold for asking price of $15.99. This was a vintage piece. I had this cross-posted to Etsy also, but it just happened to sell here. I took a best offer of $15. Not a specific brand that I know anything about, but it's just really cute with the oversized polka dots, very kind of like 60s vibe. And here is the label. Like I said, paid 25 cents and it's sold for $15. Hot cotton, this brand is just doing really well for me right now. I am not sure why, but I will take it. Especially the large sizes, like plus sizes. Here is the label if you want to see. This is a linen blend, which also seems to do much better. The linen just seems to move better. Sold for the full asking price of $19.99. And I paid $3 for this at a thrift store. And the final thing was a really fast sale. This was another 50-cent item from that sale. It is Torrid. It was a size 12. And I just thought they were adorable. This like scalloped edge black shorts. Really, really, really cute. And I listed them and I went over to cross-post them like immediately to Poshmark. And they sold while I was in the middle of cross-posting. So they sold almost instantly. And for the full asking price of $22.99. So for 50 cents, that is not bad. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging in with me. I know that was a long one. I'm super sorry if I overwhelmed you. Let me know if the video was too long, if you want it like toned back a bit. I can totally do that. Just let me know in the comments and I'll adjust accordingly. But thank you so much for hanging out. Let me know how your sales and stuff are going too. I hope the summer slowdown hasn't got you yet, but we all know it's just a little bit inevitable. Anyway, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to see more, and hey, I hope you have an amazing week. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.